Hello everybody, welcome back to another video by DissociaDID. I wanted to give you a quick update on the legal proceedings. Right now the court is considering what order to make following the trial judgment that it handed down in July of this year, 2022. If you'd like to read the judgment, then you can find a link to it in the description box, and if you'd like to see the video that we made basically telling you what the judgment says, then you can watch it up here, and that will also be linked in the description box. So the order that we're waiting on after that judgment has been given down is what's going to decide on any injunction that will be given, costs, as well as a timetable for the damages part of the proceedings. We were so pleased with the judgment, and while I can't say much more about the details of the ongoing claim, I can say that we're pretty confident that the cost order will reflect that we are the overall winner, just like the judgment did. That's because our counterclaim succeeded, and in relation to Mr. Costa's claim against us, the court only found that there was a tiny amount of infringement in comments. So the court found that there was no infringement of any video scripts. This is really important to us, not only to deter any kind of similar claim being brought in the future by Mr. Costa or anyone else, but also because the litigation is currently being dragged out in the form of a potential appeal by Mr. Costa. Mr. Costa has already made it very clear that he's unhappy with the results of the judgment, and he has attempted to get permission to appeal it from the Court of Appeal. His initial attempt to do this was not made properly, so now he needs to make an application to appeal out of time. This means that he's going to have to satisfy a Court of Appeal judge that his appeal has a real chance of success, as well as a really good reason why it should be heard out of time. As some of you will remember, we issued harassment and privacy proceedings against Mr. Costa back in May of 2021. The court then granted us with an interim injunction against Mr. Costa, as well as permission to serve him outside of the jurisdiction. We needed that permission to serve the proceedings outside of the jurisdiction because Mr. Costa lives in a different country to us. It's now November 2022, and legally speaking, since then, nothing has really happened, and this is mostly due to the backlog of cases caused by COVID. However, that's kind of an issue because these are harassment proceedings. Unfortunately, this means that the more time has passed, the more those proceedings have lost their legal significance. Because Mr. Costa lives in a different country from us, if we were to win a harassment claim, it would still be very complicated and difficult, as well as extremely expensive, to actually enforce an injunction against him. Also, during the IP proceedings, Mr. Costa actually said to the court that he has no intention of contacting us again. For those reasons, so the delay, the expense, the difficulty of, if we won, actually being able to enforce that protection, that injunction on Mr. Costa, and the fact that he has said to a court that he has no intention of contacting us again, as well as some other things that we won't go into, we've decided that we are going to withdraw the harassment proceedings and focus all of our attention on the IP proceedings. That means that the intellectual property case will have the full attention of us and our legal team, and that way we can really buckle down on getting our content, our livelihood, and our channel back in our own hands. We are so grateful for the incredible support that we've received in raising the money to fund these cases so that we can get our life back. We will continue to update you when we can. Obviously, because the proceedings are being dragged out by Mr. Costa and the potential appeal, the costs are still rising. So if you would like to donate to help us continue the IP case and help us get our videos back, then you can donate at our Crowd Justice fundraiser. Crowd Justice is partnered with the legal firm that we use, and the money goes directly into Crowd Justice by you if you choose to donate, and then Crowd Justice sends that directly to our legal team. So we don't get any of the money, we don't see any of the money, none of it passes our hands, and it can only be used for the legal proceedings. It cannot be used for anything else. So if you would like to help us by choosing to donate or to share the fundraiser and this video, we would really appreciate it. The fact is that fighting through the prolonged IP proceedings has been extremely expensive and exhausting. What we need to do right now is fight against Mr. Costa's threatened application to appeal. Our fundraiser can be found at www.crowdjustice.com/case/DissociaDID. Please like this video, leave a comment, share it to as many people as you can who you think would be interested, and even the people who might not be, and ask them to share it along, because we really are only able to do this because of the love and support and kindness of everybody who's helped us so far and anybody who may be willing to help us in the future. And we still can't express how overwhelmed and appreciative we are of that. We are so lucky to have this. And while it's a horrible situation to be put in, and a ridiculously expensive and drawn out and exhausting, triggering situation to be put in, so many people wouldn't have the ability, the luxury to be able to fight back and defend themselves in the court. And we were only able to do that because of you. I wish I could put into words just how that makes us feel. We're so grateful. So please, this feels so nearly over. It feels so nearly over, and we just need one little last push to be able to get the money to pay our legal team and win this once and for all. Just get it done so we can be free, move on with our lives, get everything back in our own hands, and just be free of him and this once and for all. Lots of love, everybody. Bye.